Made his flight in to be here. Cobi, you made it. So while we're getting some of the technical issues worked out, we have a really cool intro to basically show you guys. I figured we will do some introductions. So I am your host for the day. I'm Roger DeLuigi. I go by Rogers based online. I've hosted Japan Time for about 2 years now, and it's a Super Smash Bros. Podcast that we're sort of trying to turn into a Nintendo podcast now. So Pokken just came out. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that. Shofu is actually at home right now playing Pokken. We actually were going to go out and buy a thing of Frosted Flakes, but we didn't have time because we had another panel. And for those of you guys who were here at our panel last year, you understand the significance of that. But joining us for this awesome live episode of Japan Time, first and foremost, one of the best commentators, I think, in the entire Smash Bros. Community, the one and only PhenomenalEE. Please.
He is significantly taller and his wallet is significantly bigger. So.
And then, of course, after EE, as we mentioned already, Cobanermani456. Sonic fan extraordinaire has joined us once again.
I'm a Sonic fan too.
Sonic fanboy, right?
Sonic 1 is my favorite.
There you go. Awesome. And finally, the hype man. The man who we weren't sure was going to come about a month ago. The one, the only, Etika World Network.
My news channel? Never will. No, I never did news, but basically on my channel, it's like you said, it's like a hype channel. But this whole thing, like you said, a month ago, I didn't even know if I was going to come to this, but I knew I didn't want to be the one to flake today. So I'm glad to be here with you guys, and hopefully we can get any answers, questions answered. I'm going to say some stupid stuff. I've heard of
I think that's like the number one thing about this panel. Every year we say stupid stuff.
These guys, well, Cobi, you were here last year actually, right?
Yes.
So these guys are a little bit more used to it than me, so be forgiving if I do something dumb, okay? I'm just letting you know right now. But either way, guys, thank you for coming through. I'm excited about this regardless.
No, it's okay.
So man is excited as hell.
We have an intro to Sean, but unfortunately their audio is not working. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play it, and then I think we could just hum the Super Smash Bros. Theme together as a group. We're going to go.
Let's do it.
So, all right, in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Open this baby up. Boom. And play. All right. Whoa! It's kind of hard to do it. All right. 1, 2, 3. The first thing I guess we kind of want to talk to you guys about today is Pokken Tournament. This is something that just came out today. It's pretty much like the hot Nintendo game right now. So has anybody downloaded Pokken Tournament yet? Again, it came out this morning, so unless you downloaded it at midnight. Anybody? Show of hands. One, right in the front row. Hold on, who's two? Okay, all right. Unfair that the YouTuber says that he, all right, 3 people in the room have it. So I figured, have any of you guys played Pokken Tournament yet?
No, I wish I did.
Dang. All right. But I guess really quickly, for those of you who don't know, it's like a Pokemon fighting game made by the creators of Tekken. It's a ton of fun, and if you guys haven't checked it out yet, watch some gameplay videos. If I'm the only one who's played it, I feel we should just talk some Smash Brothers. So, was anybody downstairs about an hour ago watching our live stream? Yes? Show of hands?
I remember these guys.
Yeah. Good. All right, so EE, sort of, first off, give a little bit of an explanation of how you got into the industry. Like, how did you start commentating? And then what do you think of the most recent patch that just came out?
I started commentating, it was during the Brawl era, and nobody was on the mic, and I was like, I'm a funny guy at times, so I just sat down. I read the YouTube comments afterwards. It's like, this guy's a douche, but he's hilarious. So that, was my encouragement to continue to do it. I've been doing it since, since Brawl, PM, and also Smash 4 as a recent. I think the patches that they have for the game are really good. But I think the only thing I would improve upon is like have some more competitive and player feedback. Because some things kind of confuse me, like taking away like a reliable kill move. It's not necessarily broken, it's just effective. But besides that, I think Smash 4 is a great game, and Nintendo's doing a good job again.
Right on. So do you think, and we talked about this a little bit on the previous panel that we just did, do you think Bayonetta is now on her way to become the top character in the game? Because that's like pretty much what everybody is thinking now.
She might be
Exactly.
As
broken.
Well,
Bang.
she's not. Well, no, she's not broken. She's not broken. The only character I would ever consider broken was pre-patch. When this game first came out.
Yes.
The guy will upgrade. That doesn't make any sense. At least with Bayonetta, you do have to have some combo execution to perform it correctly. I do think she is going to become eventually the best character, but that'll kind of be dictated also by like who the pros are. You know what I mean? Like, because they kind of help shape results, but it's hard to bet against a character that can do what she can.
Right on. Well, the next game I want to talk about, because the next person on the panel has been playing it, I know you've been playing it because I sent you my copy, is Mario and Sonic at the Rio Olympics. Now, this game literally just came out, and I know a lot of people have kind of been down on the Mario and Sonic series. It's something that, some iterations are really good. I think the first time it happened, a lot of people were shocked by it. But I think they sort of gone down in quality in terms of like the reviews. So what do you think of the new one? What do you think of the Rio Olympics out of what you've played so far? And like, what's your favorite edition?
Okay, so the handheld games always have like the story mode in it, and like it's different. The handheld games always have like the story mode, which is something that the console versions don't have. So I don't know. I feel like the handhelds are usually more involved and have way more replay value. Though I did kind of notice that there's like a leveling up system in the game. So you have to like level up your meat, and you have to play the same mini game multiple times in order to actually progress. So it's a little redundant. It's like really repetitive.
Yeah.
But the mini games are fun. Not too gimmicky or anything like that, like how the first installments were.
So were there any cool characters that were in that game that you immediately thought, oh my gosh, I'm glad that they've been added into the Mario and Sonic games?
So they added a Nabbit, which I thought was pretty good.
I think Rosalina got added this time.
Yeah,
because she wasn't in the last one, was she?
No.
And everybody loves Rosalina, right? Exactly. That's the response. That's what
But and then also Jet the Hawk.
Right on. Cool. Well, the last person down there, the one, the only, Mr. Etika World Network. I know you've been playing through Waifu Emblem Fates. And I was curious as to what you thought of the game. Now, I know you started by downloading the game, and then you switched to Conquest after the chapter where you made your big decision. So, are you first regretting that decision at all, joining the Conquest side of things? And two, as of right now, who is your favorite waifu?
Okay, so am I regretting it, and who my favorite character? Okay, so I mean, just out of curiosity, because I want to see the relevancy to you guys. Like, how many of you dudes have tried the new Fire Emblem Fates?
Good, a lot of people, more than I thought.
Well, that's a lot of people, but it's not necessarily as many as I think Nintendo would like people to try the game out. Because a big reason, well, I'll answer your question, just want to give a little bit of back history. I mean, I know a lot of you guys probably have heard of Fire Emblem by now, way more than have actually tried it. But the reason why Nintendo really is pushing this game is because this series was basically going to come to a close. And this is information that, I'm not even a hardcore Fire Emblem fan. I didn't play the old ones. I didn't play the ones with Marth or Roy or Ike or anything. I literally picked up Awakening and started playing it only because of Robin's inclusion in Smash. Because when I saw him in the trailer, I was like, damn! That's hell. But basically, the series revived itself after Awakening came out, something that's basically on its last leg, making a total turnaround and coming back through. It's almost like a phoenix in a way to Nintendo. And after they saw how addictive the gameplay was in Awakening, that's what made them make Fates, and that's why it has so much attention. It has 3 different versions. It's being promoted all over the place. Nintendo's basically saying it's really worth playing this right now. And you know, some of you may not get the waifu reference that he made, but a big part of what I'm sure you do.
Some of you guys know what I'm talking about, you know?
But a big part of what makes Fire Emblem really engaging is the fact that the characters' personalities are so deep and complex, and they have all these little quirks to them. You almost feel like they're real people in a sense. And you can also do things interactive, like they can have relationships with each other, they can have support conversations, and all these things help them to improve in the game. So currently, right now, you can also marry characters too, and have kids with them, and have those kids fight with you in battle. It's really deep, if some of you didn't know. I'm sure a lot of you do know, but I know there's a lot of you that also don't know. But now, just to answer your question.
I like how that actually like brought up his attention. You're like, oh, you can marry them, sure. He's like, all right, just like, go on.
How many of you guys? How many of you guys knew about that, like that relationship interaction that you can have in Fire Emblem?
Quite a few. Yeah.
You see, a couple of you guys knew, but a couple of you didn't, and that's a huge part of the game. My girlfriend had no interest in Fire Emblem whatsoever. And then I had her play like 2 chapters of the new one that came out, and she was hooked. And she's not necessarily the kind of person that like gets with those kind of games, because it's more of a niche game inside of a niche category. But I'm telling you guys, if you pick it up and play it, and I'm not sponsoring with Nintendo or anything, like, you know, they're not backing me, they ain't paying me to say this, but it's gonna grab you, man. Like, it's engaging. I mean, I know the Lucina cosplay over there, you already know what's up, right?
Hey, stand up so we can see you.
Yeah, that's awesome. So far, I didn't choose someone to marry in the game just yet, but there's a lot of cool guys. Like, for instance, I just met up with a character called Nyx, who's kind of like a dark mage. She's really edgy in a sense, and you know, the edge. And you know, just in general, the characters are so cool. So right now, I'm still waiting. I usually like seeing all of the female characters before I decide, you know, which one, because you can also get the stat bonuses of both characters combined and make an awesomely overpowered character too. It's just a great experience, but yeah, that's Fire Emblem.
Right on. So, really quickly, while we're still on the topic of Fire Emblem, who did you choose as your waifu in Awakening? And this is an answer that goes all the way down the line, because Awakening's been out for, I mean, pretty much everybody has played Fire Emblem Awakening, right?
Yeah.
Like almost everybody in this room. I see a lot of nodding. Yeah.
No,
So,
you did.
one person.
A lot of that's the thing. Awakening only, I mean, when I say only, I don't mean it in a bad way, but it sold 2 million copies, which was way more than Nintendo anticipated. But it's not as much as it could sell, because the series has a lot of potential. And also, when he says waifu, just to let you know, that's basically a term for, you know, wife. I'm sure a lot of you know that, but I mean. Anyways, in Awakening, I haven't actually finished it yet, because one thing that you can also do in Fire Emblem is play hard mode and conquest mode. And classic mode. And in Fire Emblem Classic mode, it plays like all the older games, where if a character dies, it's permanent. So because of that, the attachment that you can get to a certain character becomes that much greater, because they mean more to you now. You can't just throw somebody out there as fodder, let them die on the battlefield, and then just get them back in the mission after. They're gone, that's it. And that's the way I like playing the game, because, like I said, it's more engaging, you feel a bigger connection to the characters, and plus it tests your skill. And that's one thing that Fire Emblem really puts to the test, is your patience, your strategizing, your ability to understand certain skills of units and use those to your advantage. It's a really deep game, but if you get into it, it's a lot more fun than I'm making it seem right now. But in Awakening, I haven't even finished it yet, dude, because there's been so many other projects, but I think I'm going to be finishing Conquest before Awakening, because it's that much better of a game.
So then, Cobi, who did you choose in Awakening? If you beat Awakening.
Rest in peace,
No,
Archie.
I have not, and I haven't really played too much of Fire Emblem, to be honest. But you know, I was thinking about getting Fates.
You have to.
So many people were talking about it, and you know, this man talking about the barefoot wife.
Hey man, it's a weird design choice,
Yeah,
right?
the
But, yeah, man. But she's really good in Smash too, by the way. The DLC character Corrin, she's perfect in Smash. Like, well, they recently nerfed her, but I mean,
that ridiculous.
yeah, I know, man. Like, yeah, they had to nerf the counter though. I mean, even though I don't like the fact that they did bring her down a notch, there's certain things that killed a little bit too early.
Well, okay. One thing, if you didn't know this about Corrin's counter, if you fully charge Lil Max forward
It'll
smash,
kill him, yeah, right away.
instant hit, 0%.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And then E, did you ever beat Awakening?
No.
Dang. Well, one person who did beat Awakening, who I keep getting a phone call from, is Ricky Cocaine, who unfortunately couldn't be here right now for some reason, but I'm getting a call from him right now, so let's find out what this is about. Call him, son. Come on, pick up Ricky.
Hey Roger, it's me.
Ricky? Bro, where are you? You're supposed to be at C2E2.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, man. I'm still stuck in Japan.
Japan? What are you doing in Japan?
Originally, I came here to spend, Valentine's Day with my Japanese wife. Check up on my ring of rockers in Tokyo's red light district. Instead, I ended up on reconnaissance duty.
Reconnaissance duty?
Long story short, the Sakurai, came to visit one of my whorehouses. And when it gets full, left his briefcase. It was marked with a Kyoto address. So guess what I did?
What did you do?
I followed it. I followed it. I had no option, and it led me straight to Nintendo HQ.
Are you serious?
Gee, I'm outside one of Nintendo's maximum security facilities right now, trying to find out any information I can about the NX.
Get any good intel?
Well, so far, all I can tell is that it's coming out later this year, but that ain't news, okay?
Okay.
Zelda Wii U will cross-release on the system at launch. Oh, and I managed to find out something about the next Smash.
Ricky, you're kind of breaking up. I'm hearing some static. Did you just say Smash Brothers?
Yeah, the next character is gonna be...
Ricky? Ricky, come in! Ricky! So while we're on the topic, I'll move this over now. So while we're on the topic of NX, really quickly, one thing I wanted to bring up is that rumor that came out a couple days ago about the NX controller. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, some person down here does, basically there was a leaked dev kit controller, which has not yet been proven real or false, but basically the whole controller looked like an oval, and there were no buttons on the controller. All the controls were touch, and they had haptic controls, so you could basically feel feedback on the screen, and the only two real buttons on the controller were control sticks in the front and like scroll wheels on the back. And now, have all of you guys had a chance to look at this controller?
Oh yeah,
So,
I've been following the
do you think this is real? Do you think it's fake? If it's real, are you excited about it? Like, what's going on?
So, from what I saw, it looks like the patent that Nintendo has been releasing as of recently, because they've been talking about how the controller could potentially actually power the console itself and then be its own separate entity that you can take on the go. But they were saying that they were planning on doing something with like a touchscreen interface, like the entire face of the controller would be touchscreen, and then you can alter the button placement, whether it be touchscreen controls or maybe, it's still a patent, maybe actual mechanical buttons. So kind of like how the Xbox Elite controller is, but probably a bit more advanced.
Right on. Right on.
So I actually think it could potentially be, but someone may have just looked at the patent and just made a mock-up, so you never know.
It is interesting to note, though, that the Wii U gamepad, the patent for the Wii U gamepad looks almost exactly like the final gamepad. It's like this weird box-looking thing. And I know we talked about this over breakfast, but share your thoughts, NightShadeZero, whoever wants to go first. But what are your thoughts on this NX thing, and are you excited for it, I guess?
Well, the NX right now is somewhat of a unicorn in the gaming community because I know you did a video on it as well too. Yeah. All we basically have, like you pointed out, is speculation. So of course, when it comes to leaks and the stuff that happens with them, usually I'm just jumping on top of them trying to cover anything. But because there's no information, Nintendo, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm sure some of you do. The NX, in terms of information from Nintendo, the only information that we got from them is the initial time that Satoru Iwata talked about it. And then afterwards, there was a rumor going around that the NX was going to have an Android operating system.
Oh, that's been confirmed.
Yeah, it's been confirmed. Yeah. But the thing that makes it interesting is that the way it was deconfirmed. Nintendo, the only other time they spoke of the NX is when they came out themselves and said that rumor is false. That's something that usually Nintendo doesn't do, deconfirming specific rumors. But this one got so much traction, it seemed so realistic that they came out of the way and said this is fake. So other than that, no NX information. There's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of patents that came out, but some of these patents maybe they could be for the NX.
Well, one thing about the patents that were released was that it was from the people who basically predicted the Wii U, like Project Cafe. Yeah. So that's why there's actually some weight to their rumors so far.
I see. So.
Well, from like the Smash Brothers perspective, I just hope the game allows us like to play the Wii U version on the NX too. And I hope that when they do release it, we also get like just kind of spice things up. Give us like an additional DLC character as well. Like I know a lot of people want Wolf back.
Wolf would be all. Hey, I'm short hands. Who wants Wolf?
I want Wolf back. I made a bet.
Well,
I
you
made
bet.
a serious bet. I need Wolf in the game. I'm going to lose something very dear to me.
I was gonna say I don't think we can publicly talk about that bet. I don't think a family
Well,
friendly
it's
bet.
public.
Well,
I'm waiting, man. I got to make a sandwich, bro. I'm waiting.
But yeah. But I think the other big character that you're leaving out, that I know a lot of people were upset was out of Smash Brothers for Wii U, were the Ice Climbers.
Yeah.
So, wow, okay, maybe not. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you guys don't want
It's
it.
a casual audience.
What? I'm a casual. We talked about this. Yeah.
I wanted Snake back. Okay, I wanted Solid Snake, or I wanted Crystal from Star Fox, because she is grossly underappreciated.
Crystal from Star Fox.
Yeah, she's crisp.
Crisp? Crystal? I can't even say that. Crystal. It's pretty good. I don't know, man. I want Snake to come back, I think, more than any of the other characters. I think Snake and Wolf, too. Wolf is like, it seems strange that they didn't release Wolf, considering Star Fox Zero is coming out this year, and they could have easily done a tie-in with Wolf, and they just chose not to. So
a lot of people thought they would because it's kind of like the same concept behind the Fire Emblem thing. Like they gave you corn to kind of,
Right.
get some attention to this game. I thought they'd do the same thing for Star Fox.
It's unfortunate. But apparently, and this is, again, you guys gotta keep this under wraps. This is something that Sakurai sent us last night. We actually have a trailer to reveal here of a new character.
I don't know if you should show them that.
I think we need to. These guys, I don't know. Do you guys want to see this? Yeah. That doesn't sound, you're right. They don't sound excited enough. We're not gonna show them. We're not gonna show them.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys need to show a little more excitement.
Yo, if I disappear from the internet, you know what happens because of this dude showing this trailer.
It's even labeled new color.
Alright,
Look at that.
Where's the mic stand?
My favorite when I was a kid. That's me right there.
So thanks a lot, Sakurai, for sending us that. Seriously, we really appreciate it.
NBA rule coming 2020.
So I'm looking, and we're about 30 minutes into this panel. You know, I'm looking up here at some of these cool giveaway items we have. We have Ricky Cocaine Mushroom Goomba, where actually you could stuff his mushrooms inside of the mushrooms. Pretty cool. We have some Yokai Watch badges that we're giving out for free on the show floor. We got some 3D gummies. We have a Mario pen over here. Shofu's hats. We gave Shofu's hat. He's not here. We have Etika's hair. Etika, you want to show that real quick? They could win your hair. I think it's pretty amazing. We have, for Cobi, we actually got you a little shadow down there, so you can give away your shadow, and then the little Luigi's for me. So, with that being said, who has any questions for us about anything in the world of Nintendo that you want to hear us talk about? Any questions at all? First, all right, you're the first one up. Come on up. Yeah, of course, come on stage. That's how these panels work. You gotta come on stage. You gotta join us.
Well, because I missed your last one.
Well, don't tell the audience that you missed our last panel. Come on. All right, so where are you from? Please introduce yourself and what's your question?
I'm from here in Chicago. Did I say my name too?
Yes, of course you're saying your name.
My name is Pablo. My question is, considering like with Smash Brothers, you know, like with the trophies and stuff, I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks it's kind of bull and didn't make sense, but like how they had just random trophies in there, it's like, are they going to be characters in the game or not? Like Rayman, Wonder Red, and then they had like...
The Rayman thing, that was Omni got trouble thing.
Yeah, but like I was really hyped. I was like, okay, cool. You know, they're gonna throw in One Direct. You know, because it was a whole new IP for Nintendo, and like the whole idea of having all of them like as a team character, something kind of like the Pokemon trainer, would have been pretty interesting. But then like lo and behold, it was just a trophy, which I think was kind of cool. Like, what did you guys think about that? Like,
Were you guys hyped for Wonder Red? Did you want to see Wonder Red in the game?
not just Wonder Red, but I mean like the fact that they have like the other trophies and they weren't even characters at all. They were just there.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, one thing that I learned with a lot of the hype behind certain characters is that sometimes the fan bases don't realize overall the placement of their fan base as a whole to Nintendo. You know, they appeal to millions and millions of people around the world. And sometimes a series hasn't grown enough yet to where it can be recognized by a lot of people. And I mean, it's not just an issue with me. Like, I mean, I really don't know who Wonder Red is at all. And I mean, maybe that's just my own ignorance with the whole thing, but there's a lot of people in the same position where not every single series that's good. Wonder Red is probably a great series. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but it hasn't grown to that level of popularity. In the same way that maybe Shantae and Shovel Knight's quarters were with the whole thing, right? And I was talking to Alpharad about this actually in one of on a stream that we did. And a lot of time, maybe you think you're in a majority, but it really turns out to be a minority in the overall picture of things. So there's a lot of stuff Nintendo has to consider with putting in certain characters. Certain trophies, I definitely would have loved to see in the game. I'm an avid Rayman fan. I played Rayman 2 on the Dreamcast. You know, it was a great game. And sure, he deserves to be in Smash, at least from my perspective, but maybe there's a lot of other people out there that don't know Rayman. Or, you know, it's really hard to guess, I guess, who should be in the game and who shouldn't. It's all decided at the end of the day.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, you know, there are a lot of characters that, you know, I personally wanted. Like, I wanted Chibi Robo. You know, I wanted, well, actually, I didn't want Bayonetta. I really didn't.
Yeah, you got Bayonetta.
I did.
Was anybody else super surprised by Bayonetta? Yeah, that's
Suggested basic.
But it's like, you know, you kind of have to look at it like, you know, Sakurai has already added so many characters into the game. You know, listen to the players' feedback. You know, he has to be reasonable. Like, he can't add Goku or he can't add, you know, Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
He can't just add any random character. So, you know, it's like, you can already tell, like, the man put so much effort into the game, into the series, and working on DLC for, like, another year and a half. Like, that's true dedication. He could have just released the game and it would have been done. So, I kind of just look at it like, you know, sure, maybe I didn't get all the characters I wanted, but to know that he actually put so much time and effort into it to actually even listen to fans and be like, hey, you know, have a ballot to vote for which character you would like to see. I don't know, I think that's pretty respectful.
Yeah.
I think one of the most entertaining things about Smash is like the anticipation of characters. So, you know, we all know we're not going to get every dream character. Like, I want Earthworm Jim at some point.
Earthworm Jim would be sick.
It's never going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's never going to happen. But it does take a lot to develop characters. But I appreciate every character that we do get. I just enjoy the game itself. But just for me, like, you know, I understand like why you have to kind of concede and just be like, that's why you got like beats for like Knuckles and Gino, just trolling everybody. But at the same time, it's just like you don't have time to just, you know, make all these characters go. So I'm cool with what we have now, and I don't have any complaints.
I think to go off what you just said, because I think you bring up a really good point, is with those Mii character costumes, I think a lot of people, when we first looked at those, because in the original version of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, there were character costumes for characters that also have playable characters. So like Sheik, and I know there's some other ones I'm thinking of, but like Zelda, Samus, there's lots of them.
Yeah.
And it seemed weird that, yeah, like K. Rool got a character costume, like as you guys just saw, and all these other characters are getting character costumes, and so people assumed, oh, that's actually going to help their chances. And I know you saw that with that poll you were holding, Etika, where people were thinking that was actually going to help, but...
Well, the thing with that is that when Smash Brothers came out and introduced the Mii costumes, every single costume, for the most part, in terms of the characters in the game, like the Zelda hat, well, was the Zelda hat? Oh, I don't know, but the Link hat for your Mii when the game first came out, the Meta Knight mask, the Donkey Kong hat, these were already items within the 3DS, the little, what is it called, the Street Plaza?
Street Plaza, yeah.
The Mii Plaza. So those costumes were already in the game, the Captain Falcon hat already. That's why I didn't really see the costumes as a way of solidifying the character's chances, because every character that already had a hat at that point had already been a hat in 3DS for years before.
I think to answer the other part of the question too that I think you brought up before we move on to another question is I think in terms of trophies, like in terms of being angry about certain characters being trophies and like being in the game. Had it not been for like having trophy characters, some of these minor characters that like people love, like characters in Fire Emblem Awakening, perfect example, like characters like Lissa, or even Chrom, which is part of Robin's Final Smash, like that's their way of being included with the game. By not having them in there, I think people would have been even more upset, you know? So, I don't know.
Acknowledgement.
Yeah, I think it's
acknowledgement.
Giving them respect that, hey, you know, I'm still giving you some shine. You know?
I mean, you look at Rollback, I mean, he basically upgraded from...
Assist trophy.
Yeah.
Which is also a weird thing, that Isaac from Golden Sun was an assist trophy in Brawl, and then they cut him completely in Smash 4, and a lot of people thought, oh, that's going to help his chances of being playable. He's no longer an assist trophy. Didn't end up being the case. So, yeah, you can never predict Sakurai, it seems like. But, Pablo, thank you for your question. Which prize would you like? You can get gummies, you can get stuffed animals, anything. What's your choice? Stuffed animal? Alright, which one do you want? The Goomba?
You can get onomatopoeia the character.
Onomatopoeia the character. There you go, the druggie bag. Thank you again, Pablo. Alright. You again, I saw you since the very beginning. Come on up here, what's your name, where are you from, and what's your question?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Byron, and I'm from Chi-Town. Go Cubs, go! And Blackhawks. And my question for you guys is, what was your favorite Smash Brothers to stream on YouTube?
Smash 4. I think because I didn't do YouTube before then, so Smash 4 is my answer. I don't know about you guys.
Smash 4. Yeah.
Smash 4, because, look, streaming Melee
It gets old, doesn't it?
is a pain and it gets tiring. Why are you messing up? Why you have to just out cancel that? Shut up. Okay? I'm playing the game for myself. Smash 4 I like better because you interact with everybody. You do online tournaments, you just play 1v1s. And I think a lot of people just like it better because it's the most accessible Smash to date. So I think Smash 4.
I have one more question.
Yeah, please, that was a short question.
How many wins did you have in Fort Glory?
Well, okay, so my win percent is literally like 30%. I am horrible. I know. Look at Cobi laughing at me. Like, come on, that's not cool.
I mean,
it's not cool, man.
it's believable.
I know it's believable. I'm not good at Smash, all right? I talk about it, I'm not that good at it. But I think mine's about 30%, yeah. And I think it's because I just like trolling. Like, I'll use a character that no one else is good at, and I'll like make a weird name tag or whatever. Because you can like change your name online, and so I'll just like make trolling names and fight people. But usually I get put in my
Did
place.
you heard the 136-year ban glitch?
The what?
Oh, yeah. That
Wait.
was when the 3DS.
Yeah,
So there was
I
something
saw
that
the
happened to
video.
where there was this really like crazy glitch that happened. I can't recall what happened. I think it was like if you disconnected on For Glory on 3DS, some would actually brick the game basically, to where it would have like this astronomical number, like you're banned from For Glory for like this amount of
Thousands of years.
137 years.
Your kids
Yeah,
can't play it no more.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I did
they
not know that.
patched it, but you know,
Yeah.
that was something around 3DS launch.
Jeez.
I saw it on Edgar's video.
Oh, you saw that because you did a video on this?
Yeah, I covered it.
How did I watch all your videos?
No, it was a while ago. Before I think it was right when the game released.
All right. Well, thank you for your question. And
What was your height from YouTube?
That's not even a question for any of the three of us. That is for him. You want to give a preview of your video? You want to give a little preview?
I won't be able to say a certain part of it.
No, you can't. You don't have to say that. Well, spoil the Mewtwo part and
It's kind of interesting, you know. Like a lot of people, they see the stuff that I do, like the hype videos, like the reaction videos. It literally is like when I get excited enough, like whatever happens, happens. And I almost black out in a sense. You know what I mean? So I can't really emulate it right now. I mean, I can say it, but I mean, I can't really get to that level. But I mean, otherwise, yeah, the music stuff was cool, man. You know, and that was really what kind of like to help solidify my stuff in Smash. Overall, now I just like covering Nintendo things.
well, what would you like?
So,
By the way, we brought air horns, but we didn't use them at the beginning, and we're not going to shake them this year. So, see, this is what happens when we don't shake them. It makes a. Hold on, we're doing one more time. Ready? Yeah, close your ears. Whoa, geez, these. That one. This one doesn't work. That one works too. All right, what would you like?
I would want Etika's hair, and I'll take the Pikachu.
You're gonna take Shofu's hat. All right, thank you very much for the question. All right, right. I remember you asked a question last year.
Yes.
So come on up, reintroduce yourself.
All right.
And then what is your question?
I'll ask another question.
Okay.
I'm Caro. I'm from Chicago.
Yeah.
I had a good time last year, and I'm having a good time this year at C2E2. So my question is, since Pokemon's having its 20th anniversary this year, what would be your favorite Pokemon moment? In gaming in general, like
Favorite
catching a
Pokemon
legendary, beating a gym leader.
Yeah.
When Greninja gets unbanned.
Oh, that's weird. It's just still bad. It's a little weird. Yeah. I don't know. I have to think about it. What's your guys' favorite Pokemon moment?
Mine is finally catching the singer.
Oh, missing? No.
Like, when they told me that thing existed, I didn't believe we didn't have the internet back then, which is maybe dating myself a little bit. Like, when the game like just went to crap and like that Tetris block appeared, and you knew it was him, I got this feeling that's never been replicated before.
It sounds like my relationship with my dad.
Oh my God. So Etika, what was your favorite?
Now, E, it's interesting you say that, man, because I feel like the moments that we experience when we're younger as kids, sometimes the feelings are so intense, they can't even be replicated anymore now. And a lot of the magic that we felt with Pokemon, the early games, I have a big moment from that too. A little bit of a silly question, but how many of you guys played the original Pokemon Gold and Silver?
Oh, everybody in the room. Literally everybody in the room.
So I know.
Even my neighbor played the original Pokemon. Of course. Everybody.
Of course.
All right.
So I know damn well you all sympathize with me when I say that the moments leading up to the Red Battle were some of the most intense in gaming history. That fight set precedence, man. And on top of it all, the fact that he remained quiet as he does usually, to me, I feel like still, even to this day, that's a legendary moment that almost will never be topped right there. You saw the original Pokemon he had, the Snorlax, the three starters, and the Lapras. It was insane. And so for me, that was the most groundbreaking Pokemon moment in my life. And you know, there have been great games after the fact. Currently, right now, Black and White is my favorite version. You know, that's just my personal preference. But nothing will come close to the Red Battle at Mount Silver. To me, that's it.
It's actually interesting you bring up Black and White because that's where my favorite moment comes from, which was, I don't know if any of you guys got far enough in Pokemon Black and White 2, but the Pokemon World Tournament, where you basically face off against every single gym leader that's ever been in the series before. And that is probably one of the best modes from any Pokemon game to date. I'm totally with you, Etika. Gen 5 is like, I swear by it. I love that gen.
And everyone was playing it that time too.
Yeah.
I was in college, everyone had it. I mean, I was in class, and the teacher had it, man. Like, I was like, what?
But that mode is something that, like, I hope they bring back for Sun and Moon. And that's something that none of us have talked about yet, which is that, in case you guys don't know, there's a new Pokemon generation coming out this year for 3DS, Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. We know nothing really about it so far. Yeah! No, we don't really know anything about it at this point, so I'm actually going to piggyback off your question. While you're still up here, if there is anything that you guys want to see added back into Sun and Moon that was taken out of the previous Pokemon game, what would it be and why?
Can we get your answer first?
Yes.
What would you want to see?
What would you want to see added back into the Pokemon series in Pokemon Sun and Moon, something that was removed from the game?
Oh, that's a hard question. There's a lot.
One thing, only choose one.
Only one thing?
Only one.
That's mine.
I like that because I liked in Heart Gold. It was just really cute.
Yeah, your Pokemon
Yeah, it's just really
Yeah.
adorable. I would like that.
It's a good choice.
I think from Hard Gold and Soul Silver, like how you can go back to like, I want to be able to like actually go back to like towns and like go to the gyms and battle them like on their turf, like that mode alludes through. But I wanna be in the house and just.
Wait, did you say
Smack him.
Oh, you said Smash.
No. Settle it. No, but, and then Etika, what's yours?
Oh, mine? Well, I'm kind of big when it comes to like customization and aesthetics of certain characters, so obviously X and Y. The fact that they are leaving it specific to that game as the only place that you can really dress up your trainer, have different outfits, and yeah, you can be black in X and Y. I love that.
Actually, as as the only white man on this panel, I will say I think it's pretty cool that you can be black in Pokken too. It's something they've officially. So you can be black in Pokken. I made you wait for it. I'm sorry.
A lot of people like, you know, take that for granted, but it's cool. Like black trainers matter.
Dude, it's awesome. So for your question, what would you like out of our giveaways that we have so far? We have a Mario fit. So you guys can't actually hear this, but if you press it, it goes. It says, "Well, hello there." So anything.
Get the air horn.
The air horn? You want an air horn?
Yeah.
Do you want this one or do you want this one?
You're the same.
Give a round of applause, everybody. Alright, I have one of you guys pick something. One of you guys pick somebody.
Alright, let me pick some.
Go ahead.
Alright, let's get yeah, okay.
Come on up. Come on up. This is hands down the cutest guest we've ever had. So what's your name and what's your question?
I'm yellow.
Hi. And what's your question?
Who's bigger than Bowser Jr.?
Who's better than Bowser Jr.? Who do you think is better than Bowser Jr.?
I think it's Bowser.
Bowser I'd say I like Lemmy. I think Lemmy's the little guy with the mohawk. I like Lemmy a lot. He's my favorite Koopaling. Who's your favorite?
Favorite one? I guess Roy.
Roy? Roy's our boy. Okay.
I'm trying to think. Ludwig.
Ludwig. Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah, that's my favorite guy too, actually.
Yeah.
How wonky he is, it's pretty fun.
So Ludwig, Roy, Lemmy, and Bowser. I think you probably top us all. I mean, you're our dad, so like, I feel like that probably tops us. So, obviously, which thing would you like of all of our prizes? You can take a look. Could you pass me down some of the? So we've got Luigi.
Yeah.
We've got Shed. Oh, this guy's That was awesome. All right, who's next? Kobe, go ahead.
All right, let's see. Let's go for the guy back there, standing up.
Standing up. All right, come on around. You gotta run. Come on. Sprint.
No, man.
All right. What's your name and what's your question?
Hey guys, I'm Danny from Chicago here.
Woo!
So, I guess this is a little serious. Do you guys think that the way they went about selling amiibos was a good marketing strategy, or is that just Nintendo shooting themselves in the foot again?
No, not at all. So much money.
I think at the beginning, sure.
Yeah, you don't think it's that?
No, I mean, look at the perfect example, and this is something, I'm just going to call her out. My mom is in the audience today. And there is one game in particular that my mom plays, and that's Animal Crossing. She loves Animal Crossing. And if you look at the last Animal Crossing game that was made, Amiibo Garbage Festival, he's going to want the Amiibos for that game because they do nothing. And on top of that, the game you downloaded or whatever, but the little Amiibos that you buy from the Animal Crossing set don't do anything in any game other than Mario Maker. They don't really do anything to enhance the experience in Amiibo Festival. And the ones you can use in like the one Happy Home Designer or whatever the ones
Aren't they like cards?
They're like cards.
Yeah, that is actually pretty
So the fact that they went about Amiibo that way with Animal Crossing, I think has kind of died down the hype. Because like I know personally, I don't buy Amiibos like I used to. But Etika, EE, speak on this because I'm curious.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Like originally, I started collecting them because I thought they looked really cool. But it's really cutthroat out there. Like I got pushed one time.
You got pushed? Which one were you trying to buy?
I was trying to get Diddy Kong from Target, and I guess this little girl wanted it too.
Huh? The little girl bobbied you?
You did.
Yeah, it was like one of the girls in the early days of
Oh,
Smash.
Carissa, yeah. Yeah, she was. There you go, man, it's Carissa. Jeez. But Etika, do you still collect Amiibos or?
Yeah, I do currently. The thing is that I guess, like like you said, their practices were kind of looked down upon because it allowed scalpers to come in and collect the few rare amiibo that were there, and people wound up spending a whole lot of money for it, and now suddenly there's a flood. So the $80 mark that I bought ain't worth $80 anymore. I mean, but to be honest with you, even though I guess it hurt the consumer, the people that were buying it, the fact that certain amiibo were rare really did help them to get popularity, because now people are like, ooh, the elusive Greninja is going to be available here. And so it made them seem more like a rare collector item. And of course, eventually that hype was going to die down. And maybe it's the fact that they were hard to get in the beginning that made them so popular in the first place.
I mean, it's like Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
Like, any of you guys remember Beanie Babies? It's the same kind of thing. It's like these. The thing is, though, I feel like Nintendo hasn't fully utilized amiibos. And I see them now in the audience. Like, dude, I know, like, they could totally make a Nintendo Amiibo Skylanders type game where all the amiibos work, you have all these characters running through an environment, and this is something I wanted to talk about earlier that we actually didn't get a chance to, so I'm glad you asked this question about the amiibo, is there's a game on this leak that has since been proven real of upcoming games coming out for 3DS and Wii U, and there's a mysterious codename game called N-Stars, which is on that list. That's apparently going to be coming out later this year. Now that's a code name, it doesn't necessarily mean that's the final game's title. But do you guys think that's a possibility? Maybe they'll utilize the amiibo in a way that's better by making these guys playable characters?
I was going to say, I think the game that utilized them best was Super Mario Maker. It's like you could play Sonic, Zelda, or Link, all these characters in the game, and it felt like they actually had more of a purpose than, say, level them up to 50 and then play this completely broken opponent. So, I don't know, something more like Super Mario Maker I think would be really, really smart, especially since, you know, that would basically be a great way to have crossovers for like other future games, like, you know, maybe have Mario playable in a Zelda game or something like that. I don't know, I think that's what they should have.
I've got an idea too.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
There's this third-party site on Amazon where it's like, because I know how amiibos can only be used depending on what game. There's certain amiibos where I heard you can only use it on Smash Bros. And you put this single save file on one amiibo, you got to devote it to Smash Bros. Only.
Huh.
And then you can't really use it for other games. I guess it depends on, I know unlockables, they work anyway. But as far as, there's this third-party seller where they have this little hacking device where you can now have 2 different save files on one amiibo so that it can work in different. So I think if they make a first-party amiibo, then that would kind of like utilize them more. So now that they have more use.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I think the Mario amiibo uses only one save, right? If you use it for Mario Party and Smash Brothers?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that's an example. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, personally, show of hands, like, if I name out some random franchises right now, like, what Nintendo franchises do you guys want to see turned into amiibo? So I'm just going to say, all right, Star Fox.
F-Zero.
F-Zero is one. F-Zero? Why like applause? I'm going to name some things. F-Zero. Star Fox. Mother. I know. Regardless, thank you very much for your question.
Thank you guys.
And what would you like as your prize? You get a prize. Oh, this man already knows. He's running towards it. All right. Shadow. All right. I think we got time for at least 2 or 3 more questions. So it's your turn. Oh, whose turn is it? Etika, is it your turn? Go ahead.
Yeah, let me get my man over here.
Come on down. So what's your name and what's your question?
Hi, I'm Julian, or also known as DJ on 9. I don't remember you also answer the question. Yeah. I'm in the competitive melee scene, but I'm not like, you know, high up, but you know. So my question was about the stock count in Smash 4. There was some debate going on whether it should be 2 stock or 3 stock. I know the cat recently did a video on that. So what are your thoughts? Because yeah.
All right, let's get down to it. One of the things that hurt. Huh?
I'm sorry. Can you just maybe explain what stocks are? There might be some people that
stocks are your lives. Yeah. Like how when your percent goes off, you're more susceptible to death. So when you die, you lose a stock. Right now, the current standard is 2 stock. Okay. Some people want to make it 3 stock. They don't understand that this game, although good, has campy elements. Okay. You don't want 2 Sonics fighting at 3 stock forever. Same with Rosalina. There's a match I commentated like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It featured Rosalina player named Buzz and a Japanese player named 9B, okay? One was Bandana, one was Rosalina. It was the campiest match ever. It was 30 minutes long.
30 minutes long?
The set was 30 minutes long, okay? That's with 2 stocks, okay? So as a commentator, it's your job to just keep that smile, because you gotta make it hype. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, from a competitive standpoint, like I look at the game, and even For Glory comes standard, 2 stocks. Like, Sakurai literally is telling us how we should play in that aspect, right? So you don't want a tournament to, when you think about how Smash 4 and Melee tournaments are usually together, you don't want one to drag on too long. You add another stock to every single game, but some are best of 3, some are best of 5, it's just, it's too much, you know what I mean? It's gonna, you know, just compile, it's just, and honestly, who the hell wants to just watch it? Yeah. It's ridiculous, you know what I mean? So, my opinion, just keep it 2 stock. There's plenty of time to adapt.
Yeah, don't they like now for like the top 8 or top 32, they do best of 5?
Yeah, and sometimes it's top 32. Yeah, all the way up to top 32. Sometimes they just start, all right, top 32, best of 5 every match. You know what I mean? Just every match, every game, you don't think it adds up. You don't think it adds up. It's true. That's my opinion. I'm very passionate about that.
I've always felt 2 stocks for single. I think 2 stocks is just the way to go. It's the way I've been playing it. I think everybody else.
Oh yeah,
2 stocks.
2 stocks.
2 stocks. Yeah, 2 stocks. 2 stock boys. There you go. So, what prize do we even have left? We have gummy worms. We have yokai watch badges that you can get outside the convention center, and we got 2 of them now. And we have earworms. So your choice. Oh, and you got the Mario pen. So there you go. Those are your choices. Keep Etika's hair, fam. I got Etika's hair. Oh man.
I have to get Etika's hair now.
You gotta pass it down. You gotta hand it to him. You gotta get up, walk over here, hand it.
I almost died. Another 2 questions. All right, who wants to pick another person? Let's go.
Dude, this guy in the Pokemon hat back there.
Yeah, he's been.
Pokemon hat? Let's go.
Yeah, you. No, you.
Oh, there's 2.
Both of you, come out. We got time. Both of you, come on. Oh, Ash and Mario.
This is good because Smash harmony.
Exactly. Harmony between Pokemon players and Mario.
Pokemon Black, Pokemon White.
All right, so what are your names and what are your questions? Real quick.
Okay, I just want to know. I just wanted your answer on the Ridley debate. Do you guys think he should be in Smash? Do you think he's too big? All this other stuff out of Smash. Do you think he should get in?
Well, you know, I just want to give brief background. Ridley is a character from the Metroid franchise, one of the most recurring antagonists in that, and basically Samus's rival. He killed her parents and whatnot. But I feel like the explanation that we did get from Sakurai, because he did deconfirm it himself, right?
Yeah.
It made a lot of sense. I would have loved to have seen him in the game because he's such a different kind of character. Insert the Charizard clone jokes here, but I mean, I feel like he was super unique, and the fact that he appeared in every single Smash game, even 64, even though it was only as a cameo, but I feel like it would have made an amazing moveset, and especially to have a boss character in the game, but shrinking him down would basically take away what made him himself in the first place. Yeah. So I understand the explanation. I would have loved to see him, but maybe in the future, maybe we can get like a Smash Brothers boss edition or something and have Wrigley and Metal Face in there. Why not? Thanks, man.
Give me the whole.
He's too big.
I'm gonna go against you all. We always did have Giga Bowser.
That's true, but we don't. Well, but Giga Bowser's a fun Smash. I don't know. I like Ridley as a character. I don't necessarily think he'd be too big. I think they could fit him in like his old classic Metroid look.
Yeah.
But other than Ridley, never, ever. I don't ever want to see anything from Other M ever again. That's a game I don't ever want them to ever bring up again. But thank you for your question. And what would you like? All right, we're gonna grab it. Meanwhile,
hold on, one thing.
Come on to the stage, Ash. Oh, go ahead.
Just really quick, one thing. Did any of you guys see the Brawl mod that had Ridley playable in it?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Just doing.
Don't speak of that.
A Brawl mod. That's
That's it.
But I mean, like, I remember seeing it. It was so ridiculous. He did a forward smash, and the thing went halfway across the stage, man. Like, that looked like a little bit too much to me. I mean, that's only if you...
Maybe they had Giga Bowser, too.
That's what he was bringing up. Yeah.
That was kind of crazy, but...
Hey guys, my name is Eric from Chicago. Stand up.
Woo!
I got the last question. We'll make it a good one.
Yeah.
I actually spoke to Etika earlier. I started a YouTube channel myself. You guys are all inspirations. I wanted to know, when you started your YouTube channel, like, what was your inspiration, and did you see yourself here in front of all these people giving a panel about Smash Brothers when you guys first started?
I think when JapanTime first started, not just speaking for myself, but I think for the podcast, Shofu already had a base of Smash Brothers followers, and so we just thought it'd be a natural fit to do a Smash Brothers podcast on there. But in terms of all the rest of us, I mean, like, for me, by making gaming videos and then doing now anime videos, I didn't even think there was an audience for it. I didn't think people wanted to hear my thoughts on games.
I don't watch your One Punch Man spoilers because I'm like,
Oh, One Punch Man! Anybody watch One Punch Man? Hey! Good. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still shocked to this day that people watch me. So thank you to everybody who does. It's just like, yeah, you guys are my inspiration, to be honest. So, yeah.
Dude, my YouTube sucks. I only have less than 5,000, but I've been jamming with these guys. They've been telling me like to actually get on it, so I'm gonna actually like build my channel. I'm still like the new guy to all this stuff, but I do see like a lot of like future in it. Like my channel just consists of like interviews with top players right now from Smash, but I do plan to expand it and grow it at some point.
Not at all. It's funny. I think about it a lot too, because recently my channel just hit 1 million subscribers, so. But I just think about how, when I started out, I was basically just trying to make enough money on my YouTube to pay for my internet so I could keep doing it, because I was just enjoying it. It was fun. It was a hobby. And, it was something that let me kind of interact with other people who had my same interests. And yeah, it's just, I think about it every day, like, wow, it's such a blessing to be where I am. And never would have imagined to be here. So big thank you to Roger for inviting me here. And, yeah, I'm not going to give you all my life story, but just that.
Yeah, me too. A lot of the things that we all share in common with this whole content creation YouTube thing is that we're passionate as hell about it, I started YouTube with my first channel back in 2007, around the time it even started in the first place. And I've been posting consistently way before this became my job. One big thing that I think you have to remember with the whole thing is that you really are, like you said, it's a blessing. You really are lucky to be in this kind of position, to be able to do this and to be able to live off of it and still do something that you're passionate about. And one other thing that I really want to just emphasize to you guys is that it's important to find out what you like in life and then to pursue it as much as possible, because nowadays, thankfully to the internet, you can do pretty much anything and make a living off of it as long as you're passionate and you're consistent. So that's something to remember as well. I mean, I was doing rap battles back in the day, and things.
Iceman.
Iceman. Yeah, and your content changes with your character as time goes on. So as long as you keep that in mind.
I think that's actually a good place then to wrap it up. So thank you very much for your question. You, being the last one, get both the Mario pen and the gummies.
Can I plug my YouTube channel?
Please, go by all means, yes.
Go follow Easy Taught Me on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, EAZY Taught Me.
And actually, really good point while we wrap this up. Where can everybody find us if they want to watch us on YouTube or you want to watch future Japan Times?
My Twitter is @ThePhenomenalEE, and it has all my social media there. But I want to actually plug my Snapchat too. Freshio5. It's fresh Y05. It's wild. Okay. It's wild.
Yeah, please have your autograph.
Cool. Yeah, sure. Cobanermani456, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all that.
It's the same.
Wait, can you please do your intro from YouTube, Cobi?
Oh my.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Wait.
All right. Hey, what's up, everyone? Cobanermani456 here.
For me, like you can basically see it there. That's my Twitter. I only really use Twitter and YouTube right now. And then my YouTube channel is ewnetwork, the ewnetwork.
And Roger's space is for me. So again, thank you guys so much for coming.